Hey everybody, welcome to another album ranking where I rank every song from a certain album. And today I will be ranking every song off of Yip Jump Music by Daniel Johnston. Yes, yeah, today I decided to do something, rank an album that is very interesting, to say the least. Very interesting, kind of unusual, sort of. And some people might not even know this album or even the artist, Daniel Johnston. So, yeah, I decided to review an album that's a little bit lesser known. Um, I've done other album rankings, like I've ranked others such as like um, Ween's the Mollusk, Doolittle by the Pixies, and the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers. Well, yeah, decided to do Daniel Johnston, and the only album which I own, not the only Daniel Johnston album I've heard, but the only one I own and the one I'm familiar with the most is Yip Jump Music. So, yeah. All right, so before I start, I'm going to talk a little bit about Daniel Johnston, just in case nobody has heard of him. I'm sure everybody who's watching this video has, but if you're subscribed to me and you like these kind of videos and you're not too familiar with him, Daniel Johnston was a singer songwriter. He's honestly my favorite singer songwriter in the underground music world, I guess you'd say. A lot of people call his music outsider music. And he was very influential. He was around in the 80s and 90s. He started in the early 80s as a young teenager, doing music, like just recording it on, writing and recording it on his own. And he was very, very talented, to say the least. I'm not really the best singer, but he was a really great songwriter. And he also did art. He did like he drew and painted and stuff like that. Like he did drawings like this. A very interesting guy, but also he had some mental issues as well. He I don't think it was too bad yet whenever he did this album, but like by the time the album 1990 came out, it was like really bad. Like he had a bad case of schizophrenia, and yeah, it was pretty sad. He has there's also a documentary about him that came out in 2005 called The Devil and Daniel Johnston. Very good documentary, and you should check it out if you haven't already. Especially if you want to get into Daniel Johnston, I recommend watching that movie. He sadly passed away in 2019, but his music will live on forever. Even though he's not like super famous, but he was very influential. Kurt Cobain was a huge fan of him. He wore a shirt. He wore a Daniel Johnston shirt on MTV once, and also this album was actually in his top 50 favorite albums of all time. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's a little bit of facts and history and whatnot of Daniel Johnston. I definitely recommend his music. It's really really cool, really interesting. Yeah, and I thought I should probably rank every song from this album. And I don't know if this is his best album. I'm not sure. I don't even know if it's my favorite. I've heard, like I said, I've heard two others. I've heard 1990 and Fun, and those are both really good albums too. I don't know. I might like them better, but this is the only one I've heard. And yeah, this album is kind of interesting. It's kind of different. Well, it is very different, but like most of the songs are good, but like there's some on here that for one thing, like I said, he recorded these early albums especially like on his own. So they kind of I don't know. So even some of the really good songs on here, like my number one, for example, which I love the song itself, but it was kind of recorded a little bit poorly. But it still went to number one because I just love the song itself. Um, but like, and there's some songs on here that are kind of not too great, but I do think it's a good album overall. So, anyways, yeah, all right. I guess I'll stop wasting time now. I'll go ahead and start this ranking. And some of these I might not have too much to say about the songs. So yeah, just keep that in mind because some of these I'm honestly, even though I've heard this album quite a bit, there's like some songs I didn't really care for where they didn't really like leave an impact on me, so I kind of forgot them. Really, I forgot how they sounded. But I will, of course, talk more about the ones I really like. So, anyways, all right. So there are 20 tracks. That's right, 20 tracks on this album. So I'm gonna rank them all from my least favorite to my favorite, and of course, keep in mind my personal opinions. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, starting with number 20. All right, number 20 is a song called God. And now I will say this, the reason why this song is number 20 has nothing to do with me being agnostic. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm agnostic. I don't really necessarily believe in God or whatever, but if you do, that's fine. So just to get that out of the way, because I don't think I've really talked about like my religious beliefs before, but I might have mentioned it a few times on the channel. I can't remember, but no, it has nothing to do with that. I just don't really like the song itself. It's just kind of boring a little bit. Like actually, Daniel Johnston has wrote some religious songs before. There's quite a few on 1990. Like for example, "Held the Hand" is like a religious kind of song, and I really like that one. So that it has nothing to do with that. But yeah, I don't know. This song I just wasn't really into. It was kind of boring, and yeah, not into it. So yeah, God is number 20. Okay, number 19. This one is an acapella, and it's called "Dead Lover's Twisted Heart." There's actually 3 acapellas on here. I guess it's called acapella. I don't know. It's where he recorded songs without music. Actually, no. I think there's 4 of them. I think there is 4, actually, now that I think about it. There's another one I think is technically an acapella because there's not really any music in it. But, anyways, but yeah, Dead Lover's Twisted Heart. This one is kind of funny just because it kind of sounds like he recorded this while he's in a public restroom taking a shit, honestly. And the room echoes, too. So, because of that, it's kind of funny, but other than that, it's not. I didn't really care for it that much. I didn't really like it that much. This song, but yeah, not really much to say other than it is kind of funny. But yeah, Dead Lover's Twisted Heart is number 19. Okay, number 18 is Love Defined, which honestly I don't really have much to say about it. Just a meh song. I don't really remember it too much, honestly. It's one of the forgettable songs off of here. But yeah, Love Defined is number 18. Okay, number 17 is another acapella. That is King Kong. And I think some people might like this one. I don't know. I think I heard that Tom Waits covered this song. I don't know if he did an acapella version of it or not. I'm not sure. But I'm not really into this one that much. Mostly because it's, I wouldn't say annoying, but it is kind of repetitive. Like he's using the exact same melody for like each line in it. Each verse. And also, it's 5 minutes long, and it would be a better song, a better a cappella song if it was like shorter. If it was like, I don't know, maybe I don't know about, maybe even 3 minutes might would be a little bit repetitive, but like, I don't know, at least 2 minutes. But yeah, the fact that it's a 5 minute song and it's very repetitive, that's why I don't like it that much, and that's why it's number 17. Okay, number 16 is another acapella, and that is Rarely. Rarely, it's okay. I think this one's like really short. I think, like Dead Lover's Twisted Heart is also pretty short. But yeah, this one, it's okay. It has like a good, kind of a good melody to it, vocal melody that is. It's recorded poorly. There's even times where the song kind of sounds like it kind of just like cuts out a little bit. Like you could, I don't know, kind of like fades out and then fades back in. So yeah, Rarely, not really much to say about. That is number 16. Okay, number 15. Yeah, this one right here, I actually forgot, is technically, I think, an acapella, sort of. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends, really. But this one, now this one is probably my favorite. Well, I mean, it is my favorite acapella, and I kind of like it to an extent because it is funny. But that is Danny Don't Rap. And Danny Don't Rap is him kind of trying to attempt rapping. Honestly, he's kind of rapping a little bit in this song, and yeah, it's kind of funny. There is a beat to it, but I think he does it with like his feet. I think he's like stomping with his feet. So I don't know if that counts as like. I think that's still kind of, because it's not with an instrument, so I think it's still an acapella, but maybe, I don't know. But Danny Don't Rap, it's not really a great song. It's honestly probably one of the worst songs off of the album, maybe the worst, but it is funny and it's entertaining. So that's why it's a little higher. But yeah, number 15, Danny Don't Rap. Okay, number 14, the rest of these I do like. Okay, number 14, even though I like it, I honestly don't remember it very much, but whenever I was listening to this album earlier, and I was listening, when I heard this song, I was like, okay, this one's pretty good. That is Museum of Love. Museum of Love, yeah, I don't remember how it sounds, to be honest. I just remember it sounded pretty good. So yeah, Museum of Love, not really much to say. So yeah, number 14. Number 13 is the closing track for the album. And I kind of forget how this one sounds too, but I remember it being pretty good. That is I Remember Painfully. Yeah, not really much to say, but it is, of what I remember, it was pretty good. Yeah, I Remember Painfully. That is number 13. All right, number 12 is called The Creature / Third Chair. And I'm not really sure why it has a slash, like, and with like another title, because usually when songs do that, it's like two songs in one. I don't think this one really does that. So, yeah, I don't know why, but maybe it just has two titles, I guess. I don't know, but this one's pretty cool. This one actually has like I think a trumpet in it. And it's pretty cool. I like that. That's like the only instrument in it, I think. But yeah, The Creature / Third Chair is number 12. All right, number 11. Number 11 is the second song on the album that is called The Beatles. And yeah, it's about the Beatles. Yeah, Daniel Johnston was a big Beatles fan. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, The Beatles, that is number 11. Okay, number 10. Number 10 is Sweetheart. And speaking of the Beatles, this song reminds me of the Beatles, of the pop era of the Beatles. It does. It reminds me very much like the pop era of the Beatles. And yeah, it's pretty good. I like Sweetheart. That is number 10. Okay, number 9. Now this one is an example of what I was saying before, where some of these songs are really good, but they might be recorded poorly. And not all of these songs are okay. I mean, this whole album doesn't have like the best sound quality, but some sound better than others. And this one doesn't sound that great, like recorded wise, but it is a good song. It really is. That is the opening track for the album, Chord Organ Blues. And I should mention Daniel Johnston. I mean, he started out playing piano, but he played for most of these tracks, he played a chord organ. And yeah, Chord Organ Blues, it's a really good song. It's very catchy. It's one of the catchiest songs that he's ever written. And yeah, it's just kind of recorded a little bit poorly. But other than that, it's a great song. And yeah, I like it a lot. That is number 9, Chord Organ Blues. All right, number 8 is I Live for Love. Very good song. I like this one too. It's pretty catchy. I like his voice in it too. Like he sings kind of high for a lot of these songs, but this one he sings a little bit lower, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it has a good melody, and it's a good song. Yeah, I Live for Love, number 8. Okay, number 7. I remember the very first time I heard this album. I think this one was actually my favorite. Not anymore, but I still really like it a lot. That is, Almost Got Hit by a Truck. It's the name of the song, but it's really good, and I like the chorus in it a lot. It sounds really good. In some ways, only because I was like really big into this band whenever I was younger, and to an extent, I still like them a little bit, but the chorus, the melody in the chorus kind of reminds me a little bit like Red Hot Chili Peppers in some ways. But yeah, it's a good song. I like it quite a bit. That is Almost Got Hit by a Truck, number 7. Okay, number 6. This one might be one of his most popular songs. That is Speeding Motorcycle. This one's really good. Very catchy, and I like his voice in it too. I like Daniel Johnston's voice, just to be clear. I mean, it's not great. I mean, his singing isn't great, but I think his voice, some people would listen to it and not like it, but I do. And yeah, I like his voice in this song. And also keep in mind, he was actually really young in this album. I don't know how old he was exactly, but he was a teenager. I know that for sure. And his voice cracks a few times in this album, but that's whatever. But yeah, Speeding Motorcycle, very good song. I like it a lot, and that is number 6. Okay, number 5. This one I'm pretty sure is the most popular song off of the album, and it's one of his most popular songs, maybe second most popular after True Love Will Find You in the End. That is Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, very good song. I like the opening and the closing with that farm toy. The cow goes moo. So yeah, I like that. Was pretty good, and the song itself is really good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know what else to say. Just a great song. I mean, if you have heard Daniel Johnston, there's a good chance you have heard that song. So yeah, number 5, Casper the Friendly Ghost. All right, number 4. This is one of my favorite Daniel Johnston songs, maybe top 10. Number 4 is Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Your Grievances. Oh my god, this song is so good. It has a great melody. It's one of his catchiest songs. I sing along to it every time I hear it. And yeah, I like it a lot. I was actually thinking about maybe putting this at number 1, but I like 3 others better. So yeah, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Your Grievances is number 4. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is a very different song. Like most of these, he plays the chord organ, and there's one with a trumpet in it. I don't know if he played the trumpet or not, maybe. And then there's some acapellas, but this one he actually plays acoustic guitar in it. Not great, but he does play acoustic, and that is Sorry Entertainer. This one I was also very close to putting at number one. This is one of my all-time favorite Daniel Johnston songs. There was just two others after I heard them. I'm like, okay, I think I like them better, but I love Sorry Entertainer. It's just so cool. It kind of in a way reminds me of Nirvana in some ways. I mean, it's done on acoustic, but it's like very fast paced, kind of like in the style of punk or even grunge in some ways. So I could see like Nirvana like covering. I could if they ever did. I mean, I don't think they ever did a Daniel Johnston song, even though Kurt Cobain loved Daniel Johnston. But I'm actually surprised they never did this song, because this would be, if I could see any Daniel Johnston song done by Nirvana, I would see Sorry Entertainer. It's pretty cool. Really cool song, Sorry Entertainer, number 3. All right, number 2. Number 2 is Rocket Ship. Rocket Ship is an awesome song. It has a good melody. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Even some of the ones I love, I still don't really know what all to say. Just, it has a good melody. Yeah. Rocket Ship is number 2. And number 1, my number 1 favorite song off of Yip Jump Music. And if you know the album and you've been keeping track, then you know what it is. That is Worried Shoes. Worried Shoes is honestly one of the best songs he's ever written, if I'm going to be honest. I would say probably his second best song after Some Things Last a Long Time from 1990, which is my favorite Daniel Johnston song. This one is really good. However, I did notice that it wasn't recorded the best, honestly. Like, I don't know if there is another version that he did of this song, but I hope there is. I don't know. But it still didn't take away the fact that I love this song. It's just that it was kind of recorded a little bit roughly, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to hear his lyrics in the song, unfortunately. But nonetheless, though, it's still a great song. And I think after I do this video, I think I'm going to try to find a good version of it. So, yeah. But hopefully, I don't know. If I do, I'll put it down in the description. Saying that this is probably the best version of that song, if Daniel Johnston himself has done a better version. But yeah, but anyways, Worried Shoes is a great song. I think it was actually covered by Karen O from Yeah Yeah Yeahs, I believe, which I think was supposed to be the sound. It was on the soundtrack to Spike Jonze's Where the Wild Things Are. I think I heard that before. I never heard her cover. I might need to check that out. But yeah, really awesome song. Could sound a little bit better, but I had to put it at number 1 because it's honestly the best song off of this album. It's also 6 minutes long, probably the longest song on here, but it's still great. I love it, and it is number 1 on Daniel Johnston's Yip Jump Music. Alright, there we go. There's my ranking for every song from Daniel Johnston's Yip Jump Music. So, alright, so in the comments, if you are familiar with this album, please give me your ranking for all the songs off of this album, if you want to. If not, then give me your top 5, or just say what your favorite and least favorite songs are. So yeah, and yeah, I'm planning on doing some more Daniel Johnston videos. I am planning on doing an album ranking, a discography ranking from him someday. I am planning on doing that, and then after I do that, sometime I'll do a either top 20 or top 10 favorite Daniel Johnston songs. But yeah, I love this guy. I love Daniel Johnston. He is honestly one of my all-time favorites. He's like, right up there with Ween at the moment. I love Ween, but Daniel Johnston is right up there with Ween as my favorite musical artists. He is great, and if you're not familiar with him, which I imagine you would be if you're watching this, but if you're not though, I do recommend listening to his music. I don't know what album to start with. Maybe not Yip Jump Music, but I don't know. Maybe just listen to his songs on Spotify or something. I don't know. But he's a great artist, and he will be missed. Rest in peace, Mr. Johnston. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Yip Jump Music. All right. All right. So please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And let's see. Not sure what movie I'm going to review yet for Monday. It's either going to be Big Trouble in Little China or something else. Another movie that I have seen before, but I'll give it another watch and review it. And then for Thursday, it'll maybe be a top 20 song list. If not, then it may be my ranking for Nirvana's discography, perhaps. No, actually, you know what? I'll do the top 20 songs list since I just released my Ramones discography ranking. The next one after next music related video will be the top 20 song list, or maybe top 10. We'll see who it is. But then after that, it'll be the Nirvana discography ranking for sure. And then after I do Nirvana, I'm going to do the Doors, since it lost twice in these polls I did. But I'm going to do Doors after I do Nirvana. So yeah, some future videos to look forward for. But anyways, I'll see you later. Okay, peace.